Hey y'all, I'm Chris and this is It Worth It, y'all? And today we are venturing back into the pantry. This is the walk-in pantry. And today, the elephant in the room is, I'm gonna inventory this whole thing. Ugh. Greg has a really good handle on all of our canning goods and our freezers and whatnot, but we have been putting this specific inventory job off for a really long time, like over a year. And today's the day. I anticipate this taking me a full 6-8 hours. So we're gonna make a quick and easy dinner, which you'll see on Saturday, because it's gonna be a quick canning cuisine episode. You're gonna love it. It's so fast. And look at the floor. Yeah, it's time. So I'm gonna do a before tour. Don't judge. This is, like we're bearing it out, y'all. And so you can see what we've got to work with. Here we go. Okay, so if you guys aren't familiar with our pantry, haven't seen it before, hang on, Ernie's talking. Can I do the tour now? Adult supervision is in place. Thanks. Okay, before I was rudely interrupted, here is our walk-in pantry. This is actually just a third, the smallest of our 3 bedrooms that we have turned into a walk-in pantry. I'm gonna take you on a little bit of a tour. Here's our hallway, dining room table, and then there's where I do all of the filming in this galley style kitchen. If I were to have a pantry, it would just be that right there. And y'all have seen how much we produce out of here. There's my teeny weeny little counter space. And so let's go back in here. Look what Greg bought me, isn't that cute? So this is our smallest bedroom and we turned it into a pantry. And so I'm gonna sneak in here. Look at all the stuff on the floor. And we store other things in here too. But so this used to be a desk area. So I changed this closet into a desk and then I added more storage. We'll do that as well. But this is the bulk of our store-bought items, freeze-dried items. You can see all of our large buckets, water storage, condiments, medicines. We've got our wine rack in here, some of our bean storage. These are our canned goods that we buy, pastas, paper products, and then let me scooch around this way. This whole area up here, this is all equipment. So this is basically my appliance garage that looks like it vomited everywhere, except for these 2 bins right here, which are baking. But this is basically the appliance garage that I need some serious love. So yeah. So today I get to box by box, jar by jar, bin by bin, inventory this thing because it has been it's probably been 1.5 years, probably closer to 2 years that we've not inventoried this, and it needs some love. And I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of things thrown away and I've just got to be okay with it. So, all right. I'll bring you back when I get to figuring out like where a starting place is. Oh, and the why are we doing this now? We are done with canning. Basically the only thing that's left in the garden is okra and green beans. Everything else is out. So this is the right time to go through and go, okay, what do we need to start using to get rid of before we start looking for sale items again next year? So wish me luck. This is gonna take a while. All right, y'all, there's a little bit of the floor. I got this going. These are things that I've pulled out of the buckets that I kind of want to reorganize because I feel like they need to be in a different location. So we've gone through, yes, I have 3 spices buckets. So we've inventoried all the spices, threw away bad stuff. And so I keep my pomonas pected up here just because it's easier. These are the spices that I use least, but I don't want to get rid of the little jars. See, so I just put it in here. We've got, these are my 2 baking totes. Those have been inventoried. And then I'm gonna take you over here real quick. This is our bedroom. I call this the Asian buckets because this is all things Chinese cuisine, Japanese cuisine, anything like, I don't have a lot of Indian stuff except for my curries. I put my curries in here. But this is pretty much anything and everything we do, like ramen, if we're gonna do dashi soups, all of the condiments. These are the ones that we have open right now. I'm just gonna go through and replenish with what's on the bed. So this is basically everything we used, like we make fried rice, stuff like that. So this is all the stuff we have for Asian products. Yep, there's our seaweed that we use that we absolutely love. So yeah, stay tuned because we got some really good ramen recipes coming up with some really good ramen. So we won't be using top ramen, we'll be using some of these. All right, y'all, when we do inventories, we even do the haul closet because it's got all of our backups: sunscreen, hair products, soaps, toothbrushes, toothpaste, and the like. So we make sure that we do every single storage. And this one's pretty easy because it was little, so we went ahead and knocked it out real quick, got all that done. So now we know we don't need to purchase anything. We have enough. We have a year's supply of all things soap and bathroom and hair and sunscreen and all that. So that's a good feeling. That one's off the list. All right, we can see the ground again. I'm so excited. So quick update. This row is done. Doesn't look done, but it is. This stuff on the ground, we still got to find some places for. We did very good. We got a lot of stuff consolidated into this box. And this guy has all of the stuff, and I pulled a bunch of stuff out of the other pantry in the kitchen and got all the Asian products right there. We've also got a little spot here that I found a tote we can put here in case we need it. And I just finished, this is our medical backup. So this is all things like painkillers and Salon Paws and Band-Aids and you name it. So that's up there. This is outside of our long-term medical storage, which is in a different location. But this is the stuff that we pull all the time. So next on the list are these other three. I don't even know what's in that one. These other three, and then I think I'm gonna go ahead and do these two at the same time because these two might consolidate over here. So, okay. Feels good to have a row done. I'm gonna save this for last because this is easy. And actually I think nothing's changed on this row from the last time that we did it. So those bins are the same exact stuff. So maybe we can find a place to put all of our water. That would be amazing. All right. Oh, we've cleared out some stuff here. As you can see, I've got to here. I've started like throwing away stuff and getting rid of things. So this part, ugh, that's gonna be fun too. It looks organized, but I have no idea what's on that shelf. And yeah. Okay, but what's cool is all the food on here has been taken care of. The garage appliance situation, we still got to figure that out. All right, I want to give you guys a quick tour of my canning pantry. This is what it looks like after we've inventoried it, and we've had the season to put items back and replenish. So she's looking pretty good. There's not very many holes left. Ooh, stepping over my pot. So yeah, Greg's got it really organized in here. He's got everything labeled. It looks really good. If you guys want a more detailed inventory of the pantry, leave a comment below. But this is pretty much like all of our stuff that we can. I'll go over numbers here in a minute. I calculated everything out. It's comical, actually. So yeah. This is what we eat on over the winter. We do our best to cycle through this every year. Some of this stuff we make for 2 years. But yeah. There we go. We got a lot of turkey to eat. I'm excited. And if y'all have never canned potatoes before, oh, you should try it. Okay. Let me step back out so you can get the full view. There it is. Those jars are probably 7 deep. That's the pantry here, the canning pantry here at my house. Greg's got one of these too, just half his size. Okay. All right, y'all, we're on day 2. Look, you can see the floor. I'm so excited because I've got these 2 walls done. All of this is inventoried and labeled. All of this is organized and I know what's there. Oops, went too far. There we go. This is so much better. It probably looks like a mess to you, but this looks very organized to me. We also went ahead and took care of the closet. So everything in the closet is organized. I do have, this is all of our homegrown dried stuff. I've got to get with Greg and figure that out. We are done. That's done. This is done. That tote with the green bucket in it is the only one that I need Greg's help with. All of this has been inventoried. That was a lot. So we are going to focus on not going to the grocery store. This feels so good that all of this is organized now. And you can see the floor. And here in a shortly, I'll figure this out. I'm going to go put all this in the kitchen table so we can go through this and see what we want to save. But yeah, it's done, y'all. So that took me 3 days on and off. There's a lot here. I'm obviously not going to the grocery store anytime soon. We may do a pantry challenge just to knock some of this stuff out. There's a lot here. And I've got to total up some of my totals, and then I'll sit down with you and we'll talk through what we've got and what we need to get rid of. There's not a lot. I didn't find a lot of expired stuff, so we are going through what we're purchasing, so that's good. That's a good thing. We just have some stuff that, like some fish items. We're coming into soup season, so some of that stuff will fix itself because we're coming into soup season. But I'm just so happy you can see the floor. This feels so good. This feels so good. I still have 2 freezers to do, but we hadn't done this in 2 years, and you could tell. And it just feels nice to have a handle on it. So, okay, on to the next adventure. Okay, y'all, we did it. I spared you watching us dig through freezers. We've done that in the past. We basically just pull everything out, look at our inventory app, and make sure everything's in there. So I got some math for you. In this room right here, we have 873 food items. 873 food items. I will say 102 of that are spices, which were those 3 buckets over there. And canned goods, there's 243. So that's a bulk of what we've got in here. The home canned items downstairs, I have, no, that's both houses. We have 872 home canned products, and then the freezer items, we have 268 items in the freezer. And that runs the gamut. Pork in the freezer, pork, beef, chicken, and fish. We've got it all in there. The total pantry items and the freezers that we have is 2,213 items. That's a lot. So I would like to try by the end of the year to cut that in half. I think we can handle it. Maybe a third. Let's cut it in a third. Let's not be crazy. Let's cut it in a third. So going down from 2,000, maybe we can get it down to 1,300, maybe 1,400. We'll see. This does not include our working pantry. So like the pantry I showed you in the kitchen, and then Greg has his pantry as well. And we'll probably estimate like 100 items each in each one of those. So it's an extra 200 items. So we added that to the pantry total. So y'all, it feels great to have this done. Now we can successfully plan menus for the next couple months and make sure that we use the items that are oldest and that we need to get rid of, or that we have a bunch of and we're ready to get rid of those. So I hope this helps. It's not as detailed as maybe some of you would like, but there's 2,000 items in the entire pantry. That would take like an hour and a half to go and look at everything. So I hope this was helpful. I hope you enjoyed it. Like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. And until we see you on the next video. Bye, y'all.